In today's video, I am going to talk about how to be happy with a commitment phobe.
Hi, I'm Irom, and I'm one of the top love, dating, and manifestation coaches for smart, successful women like you. I share content on understanding men in the masculine, dating as a high-value woman, and manifesting love, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss anything.
Before I dive in, I want to let you know about an amazing resource I have for you. It is called the Love Codes Quiz. In this basically 3-minute assessment, I am going to break down what your love codes are, and you're going to get very custom specific advice for what you can do to call in the love of your life. So I'll be sure to link it below, but go ahead and take the quiz. So I'm doing a little bit of a different video today because if you have taken in any of my content, you will know that I am all about creating happy, healthy, loving, committed relationships. But in today's video, I'm actually going to talk about how you can be happy with a commitment phobe. How you can actually feel really good and experience a lot of joy when you are with someone who will not commit. So I'm basically going to give you 6 things that you can do to get the absolute most out of a relationship or a situationship with a commitment phobe, someone who absolutely is not committed. Number 1, the first thing to do to love a commitment phobe: do not attempt to make him your boyfriend or husband. Often women will fall for men who say, I don't want to be in a committed relationship. I don't want commitment. And then you sort of spend the whole time with this person trying to get him to change his mind. Don't do that. It is really crossing into someone else's boundaries. If someone has made it clear, this is not the form of relationship that I want, then you can either accept it or not accept it. But if you choose not to accept it, that means walking away, not trying to force them to conform to your will. If you actually want to be with a commitment phobe, get enjoyment from this relationship, actually get something out of it, don't try to make him your boyfriend or husband. Accept him as he is. Someone is not wrong if they don't want a committed relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them a jerk. And that is often women's first instinct. If someone doesn't want exactly what I want when I want it, he's a jerk. It's not true. You get to make a choice. What are you more committed to? If you're more committed to spending time with this person and getting to know him at a deeper level and having fun with him, then do that. But you have to be respectful if a committed relationship isn't what he wants. Now, if he's willing to spend time with you and go out with you and have fun with you and you're okay with that, then do that. But don't try to make him your boyfriend or husband. Number 2, use the dynamic between you and this person for fun, for healing, and for pleasure. If you are getting to know someone who has made it very clear they don't want a committed relationship, it doesn't mean that there's nothing to be gained from that. Maybe there's a lot you could get from this dynamic. If you actually approach it the right way, you can get so much out of it other than just a committed relationship. Obviously, if you're drawn to this person, and I'm sure you are because you're spending time with someone who doesn't want exactly what you want, then there's got to be something about the chemistry between you that feels really good and is really fun. Now, what you don't want to do is make the high level of chemistry between the two of you mean that it means something, that it means that he's your soulmate or you're meant to be together or you're twin flames or anything like that. No, forget that. It doesn't have to mean any of that. It just means there's a lot of chemistry. This is a really easy thing to overlook, but the only thing chemistry is an indicator of is the chemistry. It doesn't mean that you're meant to be together. It doesn't mean that you're star-crossed lovers or anything like that. So use the dynamic for what it actually is. Have fun, enjoy the chemistry. It is fun when there are people that you get along with really easily. It's fun being around people you're wildly attracted to. So actually just have fun with it. Or maybe there's something in the dynamic with this person that will allow you to heal something from your past, right? Maybe there's something that you can take where you can look at your past patterns and sort of heal that and move on from it. So use the dynamic for one of the purposes it's probably better suited, like fun and healing. Number 3, choose consciously. Do not allow yourself to be a victim of this dynamic. When you are involved with someone, you have choice, okay? And so sometimes I hear from people and they're like, oh, I can't help it. Like, I feel so strongly. I can't help it. We have so much chemistry. You can help it. You're the only one who can help it. You get to be in control and have power over your own feelings. So don't allow yourself to become a victim of the dynamic where you're miserable with someone who doesn't want what you want. If you're going to be in it, then you have to say, I have power here, I have control here, this is a choice that I'm making. I understand that this person doesn't want exactly what I want, and I'm fine with that because I'm a grown woman and I can make decisions for myself, and I am choosing to continue spending time with this person even though we're not totally a match in some very significant ways, right? Don't make it this thing where it's like he's doing something wrong to me. Oh, he won't commit, he's such a bad guy. No, once he's made it clear, then you have a choice. It's very important to understand boundaries. Okay, so sometimes when we talk about boundaries, we think a boundary means this is my boundary. And for you not to cross my boundary, it means that you have to be different. No, that is not what it means to hold a boundary. Holding a boundary means this is what I will or will not stand for. And if someone cannot meet me where I am, if someone doesn't want to provide something that I desire, then I have a choice. And I can say, this is not what I want, and I walk away. It's not about saying you need to be different. You have to do something different because that's what I want. No, you get control and power over yourself. He gets control and power over himself. You both get to make the choice that is best for you. But if he's making a choice that isn't best for you, your choice is to walk away. It's not to try to force him to bend to your will. Number 4, allow him to be. Do not attempt to change him, to guilt him, or to make him wrong. Let him be who he is. Now, if you've already done the other steps that I've outlined, where you've consciously chosen this, where you've said, I'm willing to take responsibility for my role in creating this dynamic, then it's going to be much easier to do this because you're going to understand that you are an adult making a choice and he is an adult making a choice, and both of those choices are fine, right? So if you're not attempting to change him, you're going to have space to actually appreciate the person he is, appreciate what he does have to offer, right? If you know that ultimately you want to have a committed, loving relationship and you're spending time with someone who doesn't want that, it's got to be because he is adding some value to your life. There's something about this person that you enjoy enough that you're willing to sacrifice a bigger goal that you have. And that's fine. You are absolutely allowed to do that, but you're doing it consciously. And so you're taking responsibility for your role. You're not making him wrong. It's really important that you don't go into this with the idea that any of this is pushing him into a relationship. These are not like steps to take so that you can get him to change his mind. No, this is really for your benefit. This is about you getting to a place where you can understand the dynamic that you're a part of and actually enjoy it without trying to get him to change or be different. The 5th thing that you're going to do is maintain personal responsibility. That means that throughout the time that you're involved with this person who is a commitment phobe, who doesn't want a committed relationship, you're checking in with yourself. Constantly, you're checking in with yourself and you're making sure that you're getting what you need. You are taking enough personal responsibility for your own wants, your own needs, your own feelings, that you're checking in to say, am I getting what I need? Am I taken care of? Is there anything more that I need to give myself now? You're recognizing that you've consciously created this, it's a choice that you made, and you're going to make sure that you are taken care of. You're going to maintain your personal responsibility. And if for some reason your needs aren't met, you're not going to then put that on him. He already told you he couldn't meet your needs, right? Like he made it clear he did not want to have responsibility towards you, and you said, I'm going to choose this anyway. So you want to make sure that you are checking in with yourself, that you're not abandoning yourself, that you're not taking his lack of responsibility towards you as saying something about who you are or what you deserve. Because when you do that, it's going to start to degrade your own self-esteem, right? It erodes your sense of self. If you're allowing someone else's perception of you or stance towards you to affect the way that you see yourself, it's eroding your own personal value. You can't do that. It's very important that you maintain your sense of self, your own sense of value and worth, which is always high. You're inherently valuable, you're inherently worthy. But it's really up to you to make sure that you maintain that, regardless of the dynamic that you're in. And if you're being treated in such a way that it's impossible to maintain that, then maybe you got to look at why you're making that choice, right? Maybe it's time to choose something different. If the dynamic stops serving you at any point, you get to stop. You can say for a week or for a month or for 2 months or for 2 years, this is working for me, and then say it's not working for me anymore, and you can stop. And that's part of what personal responsibility is about, is checking in with yourself over and over again and making sure that you're constantly taken care of, even if this other person doesn't want to have any responsibility towards you and your feelings. The sixth thing to do to actually love a commitment phobe, to enjoy your dynamic with someone who doesn't want to commit, is to make sure that you stay your own number one priority and that you're not playing it cool, but you're actually cool, right? Like, if you're no longer cool with it, don't be cool with it. You get to stop the dynamic at any time that it's no longer serving you. And all of this is going to be very easy if you maintain that personal responsibility, if you are checking in on yourself, if you're consciously making the choice to be in this dynamic. All of these other things, they work together and it becomes easier and easier. As I said at the very beginning, I do have a free quiz available, and I give you your love codes. And so there's 2 types that are the most susceptible to this kind of dynamic, and that's going to be the givers and the romantics. So if you don't know what your love type is, then you're definitely going to want to take the quiz, because if you're one of those types, this is very, very important for you to be aware of so that you can change your pattern going forward. So I hope this really served you well, and let me know after you take the quiz. Take the quiz, it's in the link below, and then let me know in the comments, what did you get? I hope this served you super well, and I will see you in the next video.